Did I mention I live in a closet? I'm just kidding. Hey everyone, my name is Claire, and in this video I'm going to answer the question, am I living in my car or not? I will be honest, it is a little bit complicated, but to answer the question straight up and straight out, the answer is no. I'm not currently living in my car right now. I do have a nomadic lifestyle, and that has brought me to many different states, and right now I have a job, and it is like technically a nomadic kind of job. It has like been marketed for that, like kind of rebranded, although people who work there who are not nomads as well. And I will say, if you happen to know me, I would appreciate you not sharing my location in this video. I really think that if you want to find jobs for nomads, they are out there. You can look online. So just if you would please protect my location, I would really appreciate it. Not that I have a big YouTube channel, but I am going to be here for a minute, so I would feel more comfortable with that. So I do want to kind of explain like some of the semantics, I guess, because I think in the last video, or not the last video, not that one, the one before the last one, a few people were a little bit confused, I think, in the comments, and I probably have not really taken the time to go ahead and just lay out like what my situation is. And basically, without going into like a long history of my story here, I have tried a few attempts at like a van life and car life and full-time travel. It has not panned out for me, but I have not given up on the notion. I still am very much thinking to the future and hoping that I can be on the road full-time at some point. I have had so many false starts though that I want to be sure that I'm ready for it and that it is a successful launch. And so for that reason, I did rent an apartment and I took a full-time job. It's not always easy for me, and honestly, I would probably just rather be living in my car, but it's simply not feasible having a dog and working the kind of job that I have. It's just not a workable situation. I think my car is great for going car camping. Maybe I could live in it if I wasn't trying to work, like if I didn't need like to do any kind of work, like ever, like including online work. If I just wanted to, you know, go and adventure and that was just my life, I think I could make it work. But to actually be able to function like in society, I can't make a car this size work very successfully. I tried, and I am still trying, because that is my ultimate plan B, is that if something ever falls through, I know there's a lot of layoffs going on, so if something ever falls through, I do strive to be as successful as possible as I can in this car. But I don't really see myself being able to function fully living in this car, but I am working on it. Sometimes you will hear me saying, okay, living out of my car on BLM land. Yeah, I was living in my car on BLM land because I was on like a trip. I was on like a nearly month-long trip, and I was living in my car during that time, like not any other places. It's been quite the whirlwind. I moved into an apartment. I rushed up to another part of the country. I had a very narrow window because I was helping my parents move. From when I moved into my apartment, I started my job less than 48 hours later. So it was just like a whole whirlwind. And for that reason, I do want to let you all know that my car is still somewhat under construction. I am planning this weekend to take the time to clean it out and get my car camper back up and running, because I am just very ready to get out there and do some car camping on the weekends, and maybe some school night car camping if I feel up to it, because I really do feel like my mental health is better when I spend time in the car. It's my own space. Yes, I rent an apartment, but I feel like the car is more my own, and so it is beneficial for me to spend time in the car. Parker is adjusting great to the apartment. He really likes it, I can tell.
Parker, how's apartment life treating you?
You haven't been barking while I'm at work, have you? I don't want to hear too many reports of you barking while I'm at work. Oh, no barking. But I know that he also enjoys it when we get out in the car. He is more nervous when I bring him into the car and it's not all decked out. He seems to sense that it's not really like home when I bring him in the car and it's not ready. But when I get it all decked out and I have like the bedding and the pillow and his treats in here and everything he needs, then I think he really senses that it's like his home, I guess, away from home. Or maybe I don't know what goes through his head actually, but I can definitely tell that he's happy in the car when I have it all set up and organized. So I am super excited to get back to those adventures, and a lot of that is training to be able to live in a car, because I know that anything could happen. I know that anything could happen, and I want to prepare for that. If I ever get laid off, or who knows what could happen. And I do always want to be working in that direction of making my car the perfect environment. Even if I ultimately don't end up living in this car, maybe down the road there's some other rig, anything that I'm bringing into this car, I want it to be compatible for a future rig down the road, so to speak, that I might use for different work purposes. So I did want to just sort of not that there was anything wrong. I feel like I was a little bit snappy in the comments on the Cracker Barrel video, and I apologize if I came across like that. Sometimes I forget that, we don't always have a time to sit down and, listen to, every video. A lot of times when I'm listening to videos, I actually like to listen to videos a lot. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you do this? But I constantly put an earbud in, or I just put it on a speaker at home, and I cook and I clean and I walk, and I do a lot of that while I listen to YouTube videos. I don't know if that's something that you all do, but it's something that I am doing more and more of, because I don't have a lot of time, but I still like to really keep up with my favorite content creators, especially the nomadic ones. So that is what I do a lot. So it's not all over. It's not like I've moved into an apartment and it's sticks and bricks for the rest of my life. I don't really see it that way, but this is reality for me. Overall, it's been a game changer for me as far as trying to work while living in this place. I think the last place I was living I showed was the hotel, and let me tell you, that was difficult. I didn't realize, I think it seemed easy because I'd been living in my car, and then I'm like, oh, I live in a hotel now, life is great. But actually it was really hard. Going to a hotel for a couple days, that's one thing, but trying to feed yourself, while working 40 plus hours, it was very tough. And I got to the point where I actually I felt physically ill. When I saw microwavable foods in the grocery store, I still can't really handle it very well when I see those dinners, just because of, okay, let's not go there. But yeah, life is a lot easier for me. Once a week, I take the time and I just cook meals. I go out, I buy groceries. As soon as I get home, I throw something in the crock pot. I start boiling eggs. I start cooking chicken and whatever, and just all this food. And then I freeze some of it, and some of it I put in Tupperware, and I get my whole fridge stocked for the week. And I can't tell you how much easier that makes life. And yeah, so it really, living in a hotel, it seemed like it was really great, but looking back, I can see that living in an apartment is a lot easier. I don't think I could live in an apartment like this for long term. All right, everyone, well, that is it for this one. I have to head back in, but I really hope that the next video we're going to be talking more about car camping. Like I said, I do have some work to do in here, so I was really hoping this weekend was going to be the weekend. I have this place I want to go, and I was hoping that I was going to be able to, go there, but I think I'm going to have to work on the car this weekend. I was tempted to just sort of bring all my stuff in here without cleaning it and just go, but I think I'm going to regret that if I do that, bringing all the stuff in and then having to take it all out and clean it. So I think we're going to have one more kind of boring weekend here. But I'm really hoping to get out there, and the sun just came out. It's been raining for the last few days, and so I'm just getting really excited. So let me know in the comments. Let me know about do you have anything planned this summer? Are you gonna try car camping? Do you want to just give it a try? I know some of you who watch this channel, some of you are just not. You're more interested maybe in and correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I think some of you are nomads, but maybe you travel from country to country or state to state. Maybe you have different properties, or like you may not like literally stay in a car, but I'm like speaking to you all. Would you consider like doing that like for fun, just going to a campground? Or maybe that's not your idea of fun. And if you are a car dweller out there, tell us about what you're doing this summer if you feel like it. All right, everyone, see you on the next one. Bye.